Welcome to this short video highlighting Chapter 3 of Bob Cochrane's first book, Imaginal You, a time-traveling note to self. If you find the material interesting, much greater detail may be found within the book, which is available on Amazon.com in either paperback or e-reader form. Let's get started. Chapter 3, Premises versus Reality. When what you think you know just ain't so. Remember that scene in the Matrix movie where Neo swallows the red pill and discovers his entire reality was an elaborate illusion? Turns out, that's not just science fiction. According to Bob Cochrane, most of us are living in our own personal matrix, constructed from flawed premises that distort our perception of reality. And unlike Neo, we don't even know we need to be unplugged. So, grab your metaphorical red pill and let's explore some mind-bending truths about our flawed perception of reality. Your senses are fibbing. Think your senses accurately reflect reality? Think again. Our senses detect only 1/10,000,000th of the electromagnetic spectrum. That's like claiming to understand the entire internet after looking at just one flawed web page. Even the tiny fraction we do pick up gets distorted and sometimes completely blocked by our cognitive filters. It's like watching reality through a kaleidoscope while wearing noise-cancelling headphones. The next time you're absolutely, positively certain about something you've witnessed, remember the famous gorilla video experiment. When people were asked to count basketball bounces in the video, most completely missed a person in a gorilla suit walking through the scene. Not a subtle gorilla either. A full-on, beat their chest, "I'm a gorilla, look at me." Gorilla. Our perception is really that unreliable. Your brain has been programmed, and likely not by you. Much of every day, you're likely running on automatic, controlled by your subconscious. Not a subconscious that you programmed, but one where 95% of its programming was installed by others, before you were 7. And you had pretty much zero filters for blocking out what others were installing in your brain during those formative years. Plus, those doing the installing were likely operating from the 95% subconscious that was installed by their elders, and so on, for generation. This means that perhaps half of your brain's subconscious operating system contains outdated and incorrect information from as much as 14 plus generations ago. Feel an inexplicable fear of falling off a flat Earth? There might be a historical explanation for that. The remaining 5% of your subconscious you accepted from people and institutions you trusted. So, if your trusted sources were wrong, well, garbage in, garbage out. You've been domesticated. Cochrane suggests we've undergone a process of pseudo-truth domestication, more effective than what happens to farm animals. If you put a cow in a grassless, muddy corral with pre-packaged feed, and you leave the gate open, the cow will eventually wander out to find real grass. But humans? We'll stay in our pseudo-truth corrals, binging on pre-packaged, pre-chewed facts from our screens, never venturing out to find truth with a capital T, even though the gate's wide open in the form of books, the internet, critical thinking, and our intuition. In other words, we might be even more domesticated than cows. Controlled narratives run your life. If you tell a big enough lie frequently enough, it will be believed, said Adolf Hitler, who unfortunately knew what he was talking about. From diamonds are rare, they're not, to the crime rate keeps going up. It doesn't. Our reality is constructed from narratives designed to make us behave in certain ways that suit others. These weaponized narratives have, as one Air Force intelligence officer put it, a global blast radius and can't be kept out by a concrete bunker. Here's a thought experiment. You're at a hotel and want to go hiking. The concierge offers you maps for walking trails going either north or south. What are your chances of hiking east or west that day? Basically zero, because someone pre-chose your options. This happens with nearly everything in our life, from the news we consume to the facts we believe we know about the world. Beliefs are just petrified thoughts. A belief is just a petrified thought that we refuse to reconsider. Nothing in that definition guarantees any relationship to truth, since more than half of scientific truths are eventually proven false, despite rigorous attempts at validation. Imagine how many of your beliefs are sketchy at best. Instead of clinging to beliefs, Cochrane suggests adopting working theories, notions that hold up until they don't. That way, when evidence changes, you can adjust, without the emotional attachment that makes beliefs so hard to change. Breaking free from the matrix. So, what do we do with this uncomfortable knowledge that our perception is limited? Our minds are falsely pre-programmed, and our reality is largely constructed from flawed, controlled narratives. 1. Question everything, especially the things you're most certain about too. Seek out original sources, instead of pre-chewed information. 3. Trust your intuition when something doesn't feel right. 4. Break free from digital programming. Turn off the screens occasionally. And 5. Replace rigid beliefs with flexible working theories that can evolve as you learn. Rebuilding your premise foundation takes courage, but it's more than worth it. It's like discovering your fortress in the desert is made of sugar cubes. It might hold up through a light rain, but when the real storms come and you need it the most, you'll be caught off guard and exposed. The good news? You have the power to rebuild with stronger materials. The truth gate is wide open if you're willing to put in the effort to walk through it. Are you ready to take the red pill and see how deep the rabbit hole goes? What will it be? For more information on Bob Cochrane's first, time-traveling note to self, book, Imaginal You, or his second, time-traveling note to self, book, Hyperdimensional You, check out www.clever, the number 2, wise.com. That's clever2wise.com. Or on Facebook, #clever2wise.